is greater than 0.05, when it is a less than, it should be rejected. When it is greater than 0.05, it should be accepted. And then I just explained how the SPSS window will look. Manual, okay, how the windows will look like a variable view and then a data view. In the variable view, I told you whatever the variables you have for your research, you can enter all the variables. Okay, and be listed in the data view. And based on that, you can enter the respective data for your respective variable. And you can, we'll be discussing about how to do ANOVA, right? You know what you mean by ANOVA. ANOVA is the analysis of variance. You need to identify, you need to do analysis for the variable. Okay, you collected the data, right? Whenever you are collecting the data, you are collecting the data from the particular population, and you are using a different variables to collect the data from the same population. So when you are doing that, what is the variance? Variance is like a difference. What is the difference in that particular variable?
Sir, voice is breaking, sir.
Collected for each and every variable. Is there any difference? Is there any variance?
Sir, voice is breaking. So better this slide I will run from my side, sir. Sir, this PPT, you no need to share the screen for PPT.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So PPT I will run from my side.
Okay,
so
okay, sir.
Other things, you know, when it comes to analysis part, you can take care, sir.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Continue. Give me a minute. I will download from the mail.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. So today we will be discussing about the second important tool called ANOVA, analysis of variance, right? So this is the things that we discussed in the yesterday's session. I told you how the variable view and data view will looks. Okay, the same thing I've just mentioned here. I hope everything is clear in the previous session, right? I explained to you, and these are the analysis part. So what are the analysis are there in the analysis column? You can choose according to your respective analysis and you can do it. Okay. Yes. Fine.
See, people can mute yourself. Fine, sir. Continue, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now today we will be discussing about the one important tool called analysis of variance. That is called ANOVA. So in ANOVA we have a two-way. One is one-way ANOVA, another one is two-way ANOVA. Okay, simply if I can use the ANOVA, if you are having a variables, if you are collecting the data with the grouping variable, that means in the single variables itself you have a different subdivisions. Like for example, you want to collect what is the sources of identifying the product. Okay, how you know that the product is available in the market? What is the sources of knowing about the product? You can list out some sources: advertisement, through friends, okay, and from online, from television. Like that, you can list out the sources itself. So source is one of the variable where you want to collect the data from the customer, that from which source you have come to know about this particular product. Okay, you are in that group itself, in the source itself, you have a many subdivisions like sources. How many people said, sir, I collected from the newspaper, I collected from the television, I collected from the radio. And similarly, if you take, most probably this ANOVA will be used for laboratory and experiment. Okay, they will undergo a test right now. If you see this pandemic situation, okay, if you want to know that which vaccination is more effective, vaccination 1, vaccination 2, vaccination 3. You want to know the effectiveness of vaccination. But in that vaccination itself, you have a 3 different vaccination. COVID shield is there, Covaxin is there, and one more. Okay, and the people those who are taken the first question, they will give, and you may collect from the different population or different location. Population will be the same, but different location. For example, you may collect how many people belongs to age group of 18 to 20 as taken the vaccination 1. So different age group will be taken the vaccination 1, and similarly different age group will be taken the vaccination 2. Like that, you can color. If you want to do analysis, if you want to do ANOVA, your variables, you should have this kind of a grouping variable in your research. If it doesn't have a grouping variable, don't go for an ANOVA. You cannot say, you can say that, sir, can we do ANOVA by comparing two variables? No, you cannot do that. If you want to compare the two variables, if you want to know the relationship of the two variables, better go with the correlation or regression. ANOVA, your variables should be have a grouping, right? So that is that. Then only that is a situation where you can use the ANOVA. So see the definition, see the meaning of ANOVA. So it is to find out the difference, variance, analysis of variance. That is the short form of ANOVA. Variance among what? Among the two or more independent group, right? Two or more. Yes, two or more independent group. That means data will be classified according to criteria. I told you, right? You want to know, measure the effectiveness of vaccination. Vaccination will be in a 3 different criteria: vaccination 1, vaccination 2, vaccination 3. Okay, see the example, another example. You want to measure the performance of the students. Okay, what is their performance in the end semester examination of the student? So you want to measure the performance based on the 3 different levels. You know that it is not that all the students are very good outstanding student. There are students with outstanding level. There are students with the second medium level. There are some students that below average or average level, right? So you are collecting the data regarding the performance of the students in the examination, final examination, but that is depend upon the 3 different criteria, because students, all the students are not in the same category. Okay, so when you're collecting the data, when your variables is having a grouping variable, then in that situation you can use ANOVA. Okay, so what are the variables should be used? See, your one variable should be a dependent variable, like a continuous variable, that is data. The data that they characterize exam performance of the students among the end semester examination. It is a continuous variable, 40, 50, 60. Some people will get marks.
Sir, can you repeat this again, this line? Our voice was not clear.
Which one, ma'am?
Sir, dependent and independent.
I didn't start that, ma'am.
Okay.
So when you're using this ANOVA, there should be a one dependent variable and one independent variable. Dependent variable, here the same example if you take performance of the student, that is the marks of the student, that is the dependent variable. So you may collect the students' marks. For example, if you're collecting marks from 100 students, either you can type all the 100 marks individually, otherwise you can make it as an interval, like those who got the marks from 30 to 40, those who got the marks from 40 to 50. Like that also you can make it as an interval. So that should be a dependent variable, which is also called as a continuous variable. So when you want to use ANOVA, one variable should be a dependent variable, which is dependent upon the different category. Like independent variable is your dependent, the marks of the students depend upon the level of the student. What is their level? High level, moderate, average level. So that high level, moderate, average level is all the student level is an independent variable, which has a different category. That level of the students are coming under 3 different groups, or 2 groups, or 5 groups. So in that situations, you have to use ANOVA. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Clear the doubt? Okay, fine. So this is a formula you will be using. Usually, if you are doing a manual calculation, you will do that. Okay. Otherwise, when you're using for SPS standing, I just mentioned what is the formula. Okay, fine. I think now the theoretical concept is clear, right? Fine.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, what are the major difference between, sir, regressions, multi-regression, sir, and this ANOVA, sir, where we have to use ANOVA and where we have to use, sir, multi-regression, sir?
So multiple regression, when you study, for example, you want to measure variable, there will be a one variable as an outcome for your research, right? So that outcome variable definitely will depend upon many independent variables. For example, you are undergoing a study that, so what is the satisfaction level of the patient regarding the usage of vaccination? So in that category, the outcome variable is you want to measure the effectiveness of the vaccination or the satisfaction of the patient who have used that vaccination. So that is depend upon many factors, right? One is availability of the vaccination. Okay, and then the quantity of the vaccination, the dosage. Okay, and then it depend upon the hospital, depend upon the service, and it depend upon the level of patient. If you are in the serious condition, how should be, and if you are in the moderate condition, or if you are in the initial condition, so depend upon like that. So when your outcome variable, which is called as a dependent variable, if your dependent variable, okay, it belongs to many independent variable, in that situation you have to, you can, in the regression there should be one dependent variable and there can be a many independent variable. Multiple regression analysis. In ANOVA, I told you, right, in ANOVA, if you are taking a one variable, sir, I want to do analysis for one variable two, you cannot do like that. If your variable consists of a different grouping variable, that's why I told you, say, take this example, your outcome variable is I want to measure the performance of the student. It is nothing but marks of the student. So marks of the student is depend upon their level. Take it as a one variable, one independent variable, that is their level. So that independent variable is categorized. Again, it has a subcategory. Like, sir, the level of the student is high level, moderate level, average level. So in that category, you can use ANOVA. This is a situation where you can use one-way ANOVA. Is it clear, sir? Now, is it clear? Any doubts?
Yes, sir, clear, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So now we will move on to the analysis. Yeah, this is one sample data. See, this sample data gives you the
Sir, voice problem. Sir, voice
sample
problem.
size, where they are taken collected the data about the
Somu sir, voice problem, sir. I think data speed is very low your side, so I can share the screen now.
sir, here everything is perfect.
Sir, better I can share the screen, sir. You can disconnect the screen. I can share the screen for, and you can start the presentation. Sir, screen is visible now, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine. I think you were talking about.
First one-way ANOVA, sir.
Yeah.
Previous one, sir.
Correct, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Dear participants, now see this. This is a one sample data. This table gives you about the 50 samples. Okay, about the 3 different varieties of seed. This number 2, 2, 3, 6 is the 15 samples they collected. For example, there is a field 1, field 2. field 3, or in the same field itself in different locations, depend upon the soil fertility, they are putting a first variety of seed, variety A, in a 5 different places in the same field. Or maybe they may use different things, like by putting in the sand and they will pour some water, or they will add some other fertilizer, or that is depend upon that. But we got the 50 samples. Okay, and based on that, that 50 samples is regarding what? Regarding the 3 different varieties of seed. And they want to identify that, is there any difference? Is there any difference, significant difference between these 3 varieties of seed, or all the 3 varieties are giving the equal kind of a output? This is what they are asking to measure. Okay, so if you are having this kind of variable, then you can go for a one-way classification. That's why I told you, see, this 2, 2, 3, 6, 2 is a data, that is called sample. Okay, you got the sample with you, 15 samples are with you. Okay, and based on that, you are want to measure the 3 different varieties of seed, whether is there any difference between the 3 different varieties of seed. So if I use seed number 1, variety A, this is the value I'm getting. This is a sample that I collected. Similarly for variety B, similarly for variety C. So now our hypothesis should be set like this. There should not be any significant difference between the average yield of 3 varieties of seed. There is no significant. Whenever we are having a null hypothesis, we used to have, there is no significant difference. And similarly, alternate hypothesis should be the opposite. There is a significant difference between the average yield of 3 varieties of seeds. Clear now? You in this problem, we are able to understand this data. Shall we go on to the SPSS now? Shall I work out the SPSS?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I withdrawn my screen. You can share the
Okay,
screen.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now I'll open the SPSS. Okay, now I open the SPSS. Yeah, I think you can see the SPSS screen. Okay. Now I'll going to the variable view. So that's what I told you. First, we need to enter the variable view. Okay. Now, what are the variables are there? So we have only one variable, sir. Okay, one independent variable which has 3 different varieties of seed, and the remaining is the data. Okay, yield. Okay, so now first one I will type a name as yield. That means by using that seed, we will be getting some output. So this is numeric. With this, we are not going to do anything. Decimal, there is no decimal value in the data. Label, you can mention it as a yield of the seed. Yield of the seed. Now we are not going to allocate any value because we have different values. We have 15 data. Okay, we have 15 samples, so we cannot able to give nominate anything. So we cannot give anything here. Remaining all as it is. Here in the measurement, you have to give scale because we are not nominating any value here, any number. All the 15 samples should be entered individually. So we have to give scale. Now the second one. What is the second one? The variable, dependent variable. It is a variety of seeds. Okay, it should be a numeric and decimal is a 0. Now you can enter the variable name as variety of seeds. Now you can get the value because here in the variety of seeds we have 3 different varieties: variety A, variety B, variety C. So here we have to nominate. Okay, so you click this icon and give one label should be variety A, right? Variety A, add, and the second one should be variety B, add, and the third one should be variety C, add. Now you give OK. That's it. Your job is done. Now the remaining things are same. The year scaling, you have to make it as a nominal scale because We have nominated 1 as a variety A, 1, 2 as a variety B, 3 as a variety C. Now this is clear how to enter the data in the variable view.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, ma'am, fine. Now we have to go to the data view. See what are the variables you are entered. It is there. Okay. Now what we have to do is we have to do analysis. So before doing the analysis, we have to enter the data. I already told you yesterday, before entering the data, ensure that this value like label icon should be enabled. Now it should be disabled, but this is enabled now. Before entering the data, ensure that this value label column should be disabled. Okay, now I disabled this value label column. I just taken this. Okay. Now I'm going to enter the data. So what is the data? We have 15 day set of data, right? So the first one is 22362. So the first 5 sample is 22362. And the second one is 82755. 82755. This is the value of the second variety of seed. Third variety of seed is 58283. 8283. Now we got the 15 samples, right? 15 samples of the field of the seed. Now in the variety column, you have to enter which numbers, which samples are belong to variety A. The variety column, you have to mention which samples are belongs to variety A, which samples are belongs to variety B, which samples are belong to variety C. So I already told you the first 5 samples belongs to variety A. So we have to type 111 here. 11111 up to 5 first 5 data. Second 5 data belongs to the second variety B. So 2222. And then the next 5 is third variety. 33333. Now after entering the data, now you enable this value label. You click this value label, automatically this variety will be changed. Now you can cross check that along with the given data. So the first 5 samples talks about the variety A, second 5 samples talks about the variety B, and the next 5 samples talks about variety C. Now this is the way how you can enter the data in the data view. We have to analysis. Now we are going to do one-way analysis. So go to analyze. That is the option called compare means. Compare means. There you can click one-way ANOVA. That is the last option called one-way ANOVA. Once if you click this, you will get this small window. Now, which is a dependent variable? Say the yield. The dependent variable is a continuous variable, right? This yield is dependent variable and depend upon which factor? 3 different factors, 3 different items like variety A, variety B, variety C. So click this and push to this factor. Okay. Now, in others contracts options, no need to select anything. And the post stock also no need to do anything. Or you can take LSD least square. Significance is same. And the options, if you want descriptive, like say I want to know the total number, sample size, and then the average descriptive statistics. If you want, you can click that. But we are not going to interpret anything with the descriptive. Just for your better understanding, I just given that. Bootstrap, nothing if you enter with the bootstrap.
Sir, if I'm putting, excuse me, sir, if I'm putting the data in variety column, data enter nahi ho raha hai.
You won't get that, ma'am. It will not accept.
The variable view.
Variable
Sorry,
view.
sir.
What is your doubt, ma'am?
Sir, whenever I'm entering the data in variety column in data view, so data aa nahi raha hai. Variety A, variety B ऐसा type नहीं हो रहा है.
No, ma'am. That's why I told you yesterday. Instead of typing variety A, variety B, if you nominate the variety 1 equal to variety A, 1 equal to variety B, 1 equal to variety C, 3 equal to variety C, if you nominate here,
Yes,
instead
sir.
of typing variety A, B, C, you can enter 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3 values you can enter.
Okay.
After that, you can click this value label icon. That is a value label icon is there. No, you can disable this.
Okay, sir.
Before entering, you disable this and you enter. And after entering that nominated value, you enable this option. So that
Okay, sir.
that nominated value will rename it as its variable name.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is it compulsory to nominate numeric values to the this variety A, B, C, and all
So,
that?
ma'am, actually, yeah, numeric. It is not a numeric value. Variety ABC is a fact. It's like a variable.
Like, what if we will put variety A as A only? If we put variety A as A, and then variety B as B, and variety C
You
as
have to
C.
give it in a numeric. You have to give it only in the numeric.
Okay.
Because we have to do analysis with the numeric data. It will not take the alphabets.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
sir, can you please do from the analysis part, sir? Sorry, I didn't get,
Okay,
sir.
okay, sir.
Sir, I also didn't get that variety part. मतलब आप सिर्फ एक बार वो explain कर दीजिए ना तो मैं वैसे करूँ.
Ma'am,
Practical.
can you speak in English because I can't understand Hindi?
Okay, sir. Sir, that variety part which you explained that we have to put the values. I added that values, but I'm not getting how to write 1, 2, 3.
Ma'am, for example, here you are given
Yes,
1,
sir.
2, 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
After giving okay,
Yes, sir.
go to the data view.
Yes,
You
sir.
first you remove this value label. You take this value label.
Yes, sir.
You should not enable this. See, when you are, you can see the difference. See, now it's like a enabled the box, like it is looking like a box. After disabling, you cannot see that box. So before entering the data, you should ensure that this value label should not be enabled. Don't click
Yes,
that. You just like it's like an off. You make it as a give it off from that.
Yes, sir.
After that, now you can enter 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. If you like that, you can enter. After entering, you click this value label. You make this value label icon as an enable. Now you can see the variable name there.
Yes.
Without giving that, if you are typing here, you have to choose one by one. You can also do that. See, now
Okay,
if you are entering means, see, it will look like this. Now you have to choose one by one. Like this, you have to choose. That's why instead of doing that, better you disable this value label and then enter the data and then you enable this value label.
Okay, sir.
Fine, ma'am. So go to analyze. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Now I'm going for an analysis column. Go to analyze, compare means. Analyze, compare. That is the yield. That is the, and this variables as a sub variable, categorical variable, variety A, variety B, variety C. So that is a factor. We need to move on to the factor column. Fine. Then go to the contrast. No need to select anything from the contrast. In the post arc, you have to select LSD square, give OK, and in the option column, you have to select descriptive. Give continue. And bootstrap, no need to give any, select any option. Now you give OK. Yes. You got the, can you see the output screen? Can anyone can see the output screen?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Or
sir,
just,
no, sir.
Okay. Yes. Now see, this is the output screen. So after doing the analysis, you can see get this output screen like this. I just choose the descriptive, right? If you want, you can choose. It is not that mandatory. You have to choose descriptive. If you want to know, sir, how many samples are in each variety, what is the average, what is the deviation. If you want to know that, you can. But we are not going to interpret anything with this descriptive. We are going to interpret only with this ANOVA table. Okay, so this is a descriptive table, and this is ANOVA table. So see this ANOVA table. This is F value. Usually, when you are doing manually, we used to compare the calculated F value along with the tabulated value, and then we will give the interpretation. Okay, now as I already told you, in the SPSS, we need to see only the significant value. Okay, so significant value is 0.231. Now tell me the significant value is less than or greater than 0.231 is greater than 0.05. Therefore, what we can do? We can accept the null hypothesis. Yeah, more than. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so from this significant value, we can give an interpretation. Okay, now with the significant value only we need to use for interpretation. Right? Okay, so apart from that, I will tell you what are the remaining things. See, when you are working out the ANOVA problem, ANOVA data with ANOVA formulas, see, you will get sum of square. There is a formula, right? F ANOVA F value between the group, within the group will be there. There is a two different formula will be there. Okay, so between the group means there are three different groups are there, right? So between the group means variety 1, variety 2. That means variety A and variety B. So if you square the 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the second variety B, if you square that value 365, if you square and add, okay, and then if you will get this sum of the squares between the group, this value you will get it. And within the group, variety A, there itself you are squaring and adding. There you will get this value. And if you want to find the mean square, 17.733, divide this degree of freedom, you will get this 8.867. Sum of the square divided by degree of freedom 2, you will get mean square. And similarly, sum of the square within the group 64, if you divide this degree of freedom 12, you will get this mean square. That is the meaning of that value. We are not going to interpret anything with this, but we can cross check. When you are doing the problem, when you're working out the data with the formula, you can cross check what is the F value between groups and within the groups. And if you divide this mean square 8.867 divided by 5.333, this is the F value, you will get it. Now you got it right. You got this on our table. Okay, suppose if you want to know, sir, I want to know what is the lower limit, upper limit of each and every variety. You can go through this, but we are not going to do anything with this. This is just for a multiple comparison. Okay, comparing variety A and B, variety B and C, variety C and A. But we are not going to interpret anything. But for ANOVA, this ANOVA table is very, very important. This ANOVA table is very, very important. Okay, now is it clear? Now do you have idea about how to do an ANOVA, how to interpret? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Now I will copy this table and I will stop sharing and I will go to the PPT. Okay, right. Yeah. So this is the output we got, right? Okay, now see, since p value, what is the p value here? It is 0.231. So you have to edit it. 0.231 is greater than 0.05. So if it is greater than 0.05, what you have to do? We have to accept the null hypothesis. That means the null hypothesis is accepted at the 5% level of significant, and it is concluded that what is the hypothesis? There is no significant difference. There is no significant difference between the average yield of 3 varieties of seed. That means we can interpret, sir, there is no difference at all. If you use either first variety, second variety, third variety, almost yield is same. Whatever the yield they are getting, whatever the outcome they are getting, almost it is similar. Only some differences are like 0.5 or 0.6 or 0.3 or 1 or 2. Only few less difference are there. There is no huge difference. That is what we need to interpret. That is what we need to conclude. We can give the justification like that. Clear? Now is it clear the one-way ANOVA analysis?
Yes, sir.
Fine, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. If you have any doubts, Can you show me please analysis? Okay, okay. Okay, ma'am, Sivagami ma'am, I'll show the analysis part. I'll stop sharing and I'll share my SPSS screen. I'll show the analysis part one by one, don't worry. Ma'am, after up to this, you're clear now, ma'am. After entering the data, go to the analyze. Go to the analyze. Compare means. I'm talking about one way ANOVA. One way ANOVA. Compare means. There in the compare means, you have option called one way ANOVA. Click that.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have opened that SPSS data which you told to download, but
Okay.
I'm not been able to get that enabled portion in my SPSS data, SPSS software.
What is enable question, ma'am? That value label
sir.
icon.
Yes, sir. Yes, this portion which you told na, that we have to enable and disable this, na?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So this option is not in the software, sir. Actually, I'm using it.
No, ma'am.
While
Can
you
you
are
see this?
explaining, na?
You just try this, ma'am, because if you keep your cursor near the icon, you can see the name of that icon. Yeah, sometimes
Sir,
it
only
will be
this
like
part.
you are using
Okay.
16 or 20, ma'am.
16, sir, which you
16,
told to download, na?
Okay, okay, fine, fine. 16, it will be like the
Yes,
icon
sir.
will be like a price tag. The icons will look like a price tag in 16.
Yes, only, sir, I am able to see that circles, and before that circles, there is
No,
no,
no, no.
option like this. Which
Just a minute, ma'am.
value
I'll
labels,
open the-
value labels.
See,
Just
below
a-
add-ons, there is that option, below add-ons, where there are two circles just next
Yes,
to
two
that.
circles. Yes,
Just
value
No, no,
labels. Value labels, right?
excuse me, dear participants. Just a minute, ma'am. I'll explain you. Don't worry, ma'am. I will show the
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
screen of SPSS 16 also. Wait, just a minute. Be there on the line.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Now, this is a window you got in SPSS 16, no, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. There is an option called add-ons, right?
Yes, sir.
Below that, there is an icon like a price tag.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That
sir.
is called value label.
Value labels. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is the option.
That is the value label option.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine, sir.
Okay,
Fine.
ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So, ma'am has requested to show analysis one more time. Okay. I'll show the same one-way analysis. Okay. So, ma'am, I'll just go to the analyze part. Give compare means give one-way ANOVA. If you give one-way ANOVA, all the variables that you entered will be listed in the left-hand side. Okay. Here we need to take the dependent variable. Okay, to the dependent list box. And we need to take the independent variable, which is a categorical variable, which has a 3 different factor or 2 different factor. You need to take the factor column. And in the contrast, if you want, you no need to choose anything. But in the post arc, we need to choose least square, LST. And in the options, we can choose descriptive. If you want, you can choose, otherwise no problem. Because I told you in the descriptive column, we no need to go, we are not going to interpret anything. So it is up to you. Because in some, for example, for some research, for social sciences and all, we need to go technically. Okay, we need to go for in-depth technical tools, and we need to interpret, because our research or social sciences. In some the domain like a science or other thing, if you mention the basic analysis, they will accept the paper. So in that case, you can go with the descriptive statistics, not a problem. So after that, after choosing all those things, give OK. So after giving that, I will stop share the analysis part and I will show the output screen. This is the output screen you will get now. This is the descriptive table. And this is the ANOVA table. From this ANOVA table only, we need to interpret by seeing the significant value. Okay. This is clear, ma'am, now? Any doubt, ma'am? Karpagam, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, in the
Ma'am, your voice is. You're not audible, ma'am. You can put it in the chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Because I can't get your audio. Okay, I'll stop sharing this and I'll share the PPT. Fine. So this is output. I hope this SPS one-way ANOVA is clear, right? So I had added one more data also. You people can try this. See, they're given a dosage. The pharmaceutical company, they want to measure the dosage, okay, of the vaccination in order to test, in order to identify whether this vaccination have any effect or any variation in their cholesterol level. So there are three groups out there. The first group is the people, those who got 0 mg dose of vaccination. In that, 4 people are there. First person's cholesterol value is 210, second person's cholesterol value is 240, third person cholesterol value is 270, and the fourth person cholesterol value is also 270. In the post hoc, the significant level is already set to 0.05. Yes, ma'am. You can set. Okay, it is depend upon, but most probably in our research we will take 0.05 only, because whenever if you see the research study, all the researcher will go for 95% accuracy of the data. It is very difficult to go for 99%. If you are choosing 99%, then the significant value should be 0.01. But it is like a standard. 0.05 is standard. Okay, but it depend upon your research, depend upon the data. If you want, you can change by going to the post hoc and you can change the significant level. But 0.05 is the mandated. Okay, it is like a standard value. If you take any research, definitely they will follow 0.05 only. 95% accuracy they want in the research. We cannot go 99% also, and we cannot go 90%. 90% is like yourself, you're showing that your research is not so good. So that's why they will take a standard value called 0.05. You can change it now. In the post hoc option, you can change it, no issue. Okay. Yes. So this is a value. So you guys, participants, you can try. Okay. So similarly, in the second group, there are 4 people are there, and these people got 50 mg dosage of the vaccination, and the 4 people, among the 4 people, first people having the cholesterol value is 210, 240, 240, 270. So now this cholesterol level, this is the cholesterol level of all the 12 person. So your sample is 12. So the cholesterol level, this is a dependent variable, which the effect of the cholesterol will depend upon the dosage of the vaccination that you are taken. Right? So this is a dosage. This is an independent variable which has a 3 category. So now you can make this as a cholesterol level in the variable view and make it as a scale. You are going to enter the data. You're not going to assume 1 equal to 210. You cannot do that. And the second variable should be the dosage. There you can assume 1 equal to 0 mg, 2 equal to 50 mg, 3 equal to 100 mg. And then you can go ahead with the analysis. Now, is it clear one way, ANOVA? If you have any doubts, participants, you can ask me. You can try this data. That's why, ma'am, if you have a problem in the network, what I can do, because from my side everything is fine. Okay, so no problem. If you have, you will get a recorded videos also. Fine. So one way ANOVA is clear.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you, sir. So in the PPT itself, I had given a 3 set of data. One I can work out, and remaining 2 or remaining 1 you can try at home, so that you will get experience how to do that analysis. You will be getting a very good idea. Okay, so this is a one way ANOVA. So with this one, now we'll move on to the two-way ANOVA. See, what is the difference one way ANOVA? You will have one variable and one variable with factors. That means with subdivision. Just a minute. Here,
Sir, can you please say once more, sir, because your voice was breaking, sir, that time.
Which one, sir?
Two-way ANOVA.
Two-way number. Two-way number.
Sir, yes. I didn't start. Okay. So one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA, we discussed that one dependent variable, and there will be another independent variable which is having a different category. Now, if you take two-way ANOVA, okay, in dependent also you will have a different category. At the same time, in the independent variable also will have a different category. That's it. That is the only difference. You have to analyze the effect of the independent variables on the expected outcome. Okay, in the one-way ANOVA, only independent variable will be categorized, whereas in two-way ANOVA, both dependent independent variable will be categorized. Okay, for example, you are taking gender. Take gender as an example. In gender, you have a two category, male and female. Okay, and then you want to analyze, you want to measure what is their outcome, or you want to know their performance. Okay, so performance is dependent upon the category of the employee, like lower level employee, middle level employee, or higher level employee, or performance depend upon the experience, below 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15 years. So here, this dependent variable, okay, this independent variable, gender, male and female, it has a two subcategory, independent variable, and this dependent variable, performance, that is also having a three different category. Performance depend upon the ages, below 55 years, experience below 5 years, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15 years. So in this situation, you can go ahead with two ANOVA analysis. Is it clear now what is two-way ANOVA analysis? Difference between one-way and two-way?
Sir, can you repeat the example again?
Okay, okay. Oh, fine, fine. Now, in the previous one-way ANOVA, I told you that one variable is there, one dependent variable. It's depend upon the independent variable, where independent variable are categorized.
Yes.
Now, take the same example or go with another example. There is a one independent variable called gender, or some other variable. Gender is also categorized into two. And again, you want to measure the performance of the employee, and you have the category. People performance differs depend upon the experience, right? If you are more experienced, definitely your performance will be good. If you're having less experience, your performance will be very moderate. So the performance of the employees also you're measuring based on the three subcategories. One is, what is the performance of the person who is having below 5 years, 5 to 10 years, and then 15 to 20 years. And for the three variables, you have an independent variable, male and female. So you will get the data. How many males are there? Okay, below 5 years. How many males are there below 10 to 15 years? How many males are there below 15 to 20 years? Similarly, how many females are there showing the performance below, having experience of below 5 years, below 5 to 10 years, and then 10 to 15 years. In this situation, you can go ahead with the two-way ANOVA analysis. Right?
Understood.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm good. So now, I told you, right, when you have to use, when there is two independent variables, the combination that affect the different variable. Okay, that is the situations where you have to use a two-way ANOVA. Okay, so where you can use it to, how you can find a two ANOVA is go to the analyze, the general linear model, univariate. Okay, we will go for an analysis now. Yes, see this example. So you got the data. Okay, and that data is depend upon two variables, and each variables are having a different category. See the variety. Varieties depend upon ABC. Blocks are 1, 2, 3, 4. It is like if you take a building. Okay, if you take a building, there will be floors. There will be a phase. First phase, second phase, third phase. In each phase, there will be three floors. So how many number of shops? For example, take this as an example. Okay, the numbers given is 16 is like a shop. Number of shop in block number 1 in phase A, 12 are there. How many shops are there in second block in phase 1? 16 are there. So we can identify the total value. Totally 60 shops are there. Okay, in the phase 1, include by comparing all the blocks, all the 4 blocks you have collected, and you are saying that in the phase 1, okay, there are 60 shops are there. In phase 2, there are 57 shops are there. So when you are having the variables with this two factor and each variables have a different category, you can use this two-way ANOVA. And when you are planning for two-way ANOVA, your hypothesis should be framed based on the two-factor. See the hypothesis that I framed. The null hypothesis should be like first category should be dependent upon the first factor called variety. There is no significant difference between the varieties. There is no significant difference between the varieties. There is a significant difference. And another null hypothesis should be regarding the second factor, block. There is no significant difference between the blocks. There is a significant difference between the blocks. So when you are planning for two-way analysis, two-way ANOVA, you need to set a hypothesis for both the factors separately. You cannot say that no difference between variety and blocks. It doesn't give a proper interpretation for your output. Okay, now you are understood this data. You understood the data. Can we go on how to work out this data in the SPSS?
Yes, sir.
Fine now, fine now. Okay, now I will stop sharing the screen and I will open the IBM SPSS statistics. Fine. Now variable view. Okay, I got the two factors right. One is variety, another one is blocks, and then the data set. Okay, so what is the data set? Make it as a just we mentioned as a data itself. A data. Okay, it is a numeric. It should be decimal 0, and the data about the blocks and varieties. Right. So we are not going to nominate here anything. So this will be the scale. Okay. And the next variable is, what is the first variable? First factor, variety. Okay. So we will take it as a variety. Varieties we will take because already variety is there in the name column. It will not take consider. So we have to take varieties. And decimal will be 0 and varieties. Okay. Yes, we can have it as varieties itself. And here you can nominate. How many varieties are there? A, B, C, same. So 1, variety, variety A. And number 2, variety B. 3, variety C. So we added all these 3 varieties, we are nominated, and that should be the nominal scale. And what is the second factor? It's a blocks, right? Blocks. Blocks are 4 blocks are there. So you type blocks and make it as a 0 blocks. And here we need to dominate. One is block A or one block 1. So 1 is block 1, add. 2 is block 2, add. 3 is block 3, add. 4 is block 4, add. Now we give OK, and we need to make it as a nominal. Okay, fine. Now this is clear how to enter the.
Sir, wait a minute. Let me just add.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you should enter the data set separately, and the first factor, the first variable separately, the second variable separately. Now, after entering the variables in the variable view, go to the data view. See what are the data variable that you entered. It is there. Now, before entering, I already told you, disable this value label icon. Disable this. Now you enter the data. What are the data are given? 12, 16, 18, 14. 12, 16, 18, 14. And the second value is 13, 11, 15, 8. 13, 11, 15, 18. 19, 19, 11, 11. 19, 19, 11, 11. Okay. Now we enter the data. Now, which values, which data belongs to variety A, B, C? So first four values belongs to first variety. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then the next four values belong to the second variety B, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Next four, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. Now in the blocks, if you see, the first four values belongs to four different blocks. So we have to type 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why we are typing 1, 2, 3, 4 is, see, that data 12 belongs to variety A, first variety, and the data 12 belongs to block 1. And data 16 belongs to same variety A, but it belongs to second block. That's why I entered 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, if you are typing the data, now I entered the data in a horizontal manner, because the problem which I given here, data is given is like horizontal, 12, 16. Suppose if you are typing the data vertically, like you are entering the data 12, 13, 19. Okay, you are entering the data vertically 12, 13, 19. If you're entering 12, 13, 19, then varieties will be 1, 2, 3, blocks will be 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so it's depend upon you how you are entering the data, but don't enter that once. If you are entering the one variable as a 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, the other variable should be like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You cannot say that this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. That is totally wrong. See the value, you can cross check. 12 belongs to variety A, block 1. 16 belongs to variety A, block 2. You can see the data set in the PPT. Okay, now after entering this, enable this value label. Now see, now again go to the analyze. Now for two-way analysis, what I told, two-way analysis, you have to go to the which option for two-way analysis? You have to go to the general linear model. See, after compare means there is a next option called general linear model. General linear model, there is an option called univariate. This is the options you have to choose for doing two-way analysis. Click this univariate. Now, which is the dependent variable? The data set, right? The data set is dependent upon what? Two different factors. So the data about the blocks and varieties is a different variable. And that depend upon which factors? So that depend upon the two factors. So one is variety, another one is blocks. So you can select both together and you can click this arrow mark so that you do the fixed factor. Okay, so why we are not using random factors? In the data set, this is already fixed. For example, you want to measure the performance of the employee. Okay, and for measuring the performance of the employee, you have set some 3 or 4 factors standard. Okay, you fix that factor. You don't want to confirm whether this factor will influence or not. You already based on the literature review. Okay, that variables that you collected from the literature review, you are finally you are confirmed that sir, these 3 factors are very, very important for measuring the performance of the employee. That's why we are given as a fixed factor. If is any other factors which we are not able to confirm, or the multicollinearity of the factor with the different variable is not up to that mark, in that case you can choose that factor and you can select it in the random factor. This is like an option. Okay, sir, for measuring the performance of the employee, there are 5 factors are there. In that 5 factors, 3 are fixed one. So you can choose the 3 fixed one. Suppose, sir, I want to know the impact of the other 2 factors also. In that cases, you can choose that 2 factor and do it here. But most probably, we won't do that kind of analysis. Otherwise, it will be giving a misinterpretation. Sometimes you will get the low value. Okay, F value will not be sufficient, it will not be more than 10. Okay, so in that case, no need to do that. But if you want, you can go ahead. Suppose if you're having a more factors for your research, in that case, you can go ahead. Okay, now go to the model. In the model, if you want no need to choose anything, it is be already the type 3 will be there. That is standard. Okay, no need to change that. And before giving okay, these options are right or not. Whatever the options are there, is just leave it as is. And you want to draw a plot, you can do that. Okay, but we don't need to do anything with the plots for two-way ANOVA. Okay. In save, you have to choose unstandardized and then the standard error. Okay, in save, choose unstandardized and standard error and give continue. And the options, I'm not to take any options here. We are not going to do anything with this. We don't need to go in technically. Okay, from the output table, you know how to interpret. That is enough. Okay, so after that, give okay. You will get the output table. I'll show the output table. Yes, you got the output table, right? So this is a data set. See, 4 variables are the 3 varieties are the 4 blocks are there. Okay, how many samples are there? It has given the detail, and the output table is some mistake has happened. Just a minute. Oh, I think some data has been entered wrongly. How it's possible?
Yes,
Okay.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, what to do after that fixed factors? Can you please?
And after fixed factors, you can
Yes.
go to that save option. Go to the save option. You can choose unstandardized,
Okay, save.
standard
Okay.
error. Yeah, and here I think we have to choose this unstandardized and standardized error also.
Okay, sir. Okay,
You
sir.
continue. Options.
So, sir, it depends upon our data, what we want to calculate or what we want to analyze.
Our data, ma'am. No need our data, ma'am. We need to calculate only with the significance. Significance value only.
Okay, sir.
We have to interpret only with the significant value. Choose like this also. No. I think some mistakes has taken place. Just a minute, I will rectify that. Otherwise, you can do one by one also, not an issue. So if you take blocks out and if you do like this, I think you got. Okay. See, I will share that output screen. You can do one by one also. I think some mistakes has happened there. See, after taking the data as an independent variable and only the variety as a fixed factor, you will get this table. Okay. Again, what I'm doing is again going to the analyze column, going to the general linear model univariate, and remove that varieties from the fixed factor, and now you give blocks as a fixed factor. You can do one by one, and then you will get the another ANOVA table. Yes, see. So this is ANOVA table for the blocks, and this is the ANOVA table for the varieties. Now see the significance. What is the significant value for the varieties? See the significant value which is straight to the variety, that you have to take 9.941. Okay, now 0.941. The first null hypothesis is there is no significant difference between the varieties, right? So now what is the p-value here? 0.941, which is greater than 0.05. Therefore, null hypothesis is accepted. That is, it is concluded that there is no significant difference in the varieties. Okay, and see the next ANOVA table. You will get two ANOVA table because two factors are right. This is a ANOVA table for blocks. So what is the significant value for the blocks? 0.989. So this is also greater than what? 0.05. Therefore, you can conclude that null hypothesis accepted. Okay, is it clear now? Any doubts? Any doubts in the two-way ANOVA?
So please repeat this analyze part again, because we have
Analyze
got
part, okay, ma'am.
confused. Yeah.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Excuse me. Sir, one more doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, but in the test
Tell me,
of
ma'am.
sir, in test of between subject effect, I am not been able to get this F and significant level.
Same doubt,
Sir,
sir.
it is blank,
That's-
sir.
That's why, because that's why, ma'am, I got some error here. Because see, at
Okay, sir.
this value and all, I didn't type, but I don't know how this got this value. Okay, that's why I told you. Again, I'll stop sharing this. The screen is also not visible properly. I'll share the SPSS screen now. Wait just a minute. That's why, ma'am, what we can do is, the screen is got stuck. Screen got stuck, so it's not moving.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, in interpretation only we need to interpret it significant value and nothing else, not like F or a value or
No, ma'am.
only significant value.
Only significant value you have to compare. See, I just got stuck with the screen. No problem. See, what I told you, right? When you are selecting the two factors together, instead of that, you can select one by one. For example, first dependent variable, you select the data and put it in the dependent column. And this next, you first select the varieties factor and put it in the fixed factor column and do the analysis. Give OK. You will get one another table for the variety. And next, again, go to the analyze, go to the general linear model and univariate analysis. You click that. From the fixed factor, you remove the variety factor out, and again you include a block factor alone in that box. Okay, you can give one by one so that you will get, if you give both together, you will get the same ANOVA table only. But here some mistake has happened because see this values and all I didn't enter, but it is showing. Okay, and then says that window got stuck. The SPSS window got stuck. It is not showing anything, and it is not able to work out also. That is why. Okay, so you can choose one by one. You can go ahead with one factor first and give OK. You will get one ANOVA table for the one factor. And next, again, go to the analyze part and take that first factor out and give the next second factor as a fixed factor, block as a fixed factor. Give OK, you will get second ANOVA table. So once if you got the two tables, from that two table, you can give the interpretation. So I will show the interpretation by. Now you can see the screen, right? Okay. Now what we can do is interpretation is, I will type here. I'll type here. See. So from you have to write two interpretation. Okay, first one is for variety. So since p value is less than, what is the p value for variety? It's like a 0.98 something, right? 989 is greater than 0.05. 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is accepted. Is accepted at 5% level of significance, and hence it is concluded that there is no significant difference between the varieties, right? Now again, second interpretation. Since p-value, what is the p-value for a block? I think point for block it's 0.989. For variety it is 941. Okay. For varieties it is 941. And for block it is 989. 989 is again the same thing, is greater than 0.05. Therefore, null is accepted. Therefore, there is no significant difference between the blocks. So this is a way you have tried interpretation for the two-way analysis. Okay, I will show the, I will stop sharing the screen. I will show the output screen. At least from output you can see. Now, see in the output screen, I did one by one. See when I'm taking the two factors together, you people told no, I'm getting the same issue. See, I'm getting the same issue because of some mistakes, some problem there. Now what I did is, instead of taking a two varieties, two factors at the same time, I had taken the varieties and I given the okay, and I got this table. Again, go to the analyze part. General linear model, univariate analysis. Again, you take this, for example, first it will be like this. First, you give varieties and then give okay. You will get this output. This output you will get. And then after that, again, go to this analysis part, remove this variety, add block and give okay. If you give okay, you will get this second ANOVA table. This one you will get, this one. Okay, so anyway you can do. If you select both the factors together also in the single ANOVA table, you will get both the blocks and varieties p-value. Whatever the significant value is straight to that factor name, that only you should take. Don't take the 0.0, that is intercept. That is, it's showing that how much time it will have an impact. The dependent variable, how its impact intercept the independent variable. So don't take that. Whatever the significant variable, which is straight to the factor name, see 0.989, which is straight to the block, the variable name. Similarly, in the varieties ANOVA table, the varieties ANOVA table 0.941, which is straight to the varieties. And that only I had taken and I have interpreted. Okay, so anyway you can do, it's not a problem. Maybe some mistake, some options that is made wrong. That's why I cannot do. Okay. So now is it clear, two-way ANOVA? Any doubts? This is a way to interpret your two-way ANOVA. Okay.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
While entering the values of blocks, you said something. I didn't follow you, but I got the table as you got. Successfully, I got it. In fact, but
I'll tell you. Okay, no problem, ma'am. What I told is, when you are typing the data in the spaces in horizontal like this, you are entering 12, 16, 18, 14, 13, 11, 15, 18. Like that, if you are entering means first four values in the variety you will give 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. For the next four value you will give 2, 2, 2, 2 like that. But okay, for the blocks you will not give 1, 1, 1, 1. You will give 1, 2, 3, 4 because you are enter the data in the horizontal. Suppose you are entering the data in a vertical like this. Now, if you are entering the values like this, in the variety column, you should give 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Blocks column, you should give 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. That is what I told.
Oh, how could I remember?
No, not remember, ma'am. It is depend upon the way how you are entering the data. Now I enter the data in horizontal.
Okay, horizontal.
If you are entering the value in the horizontal, in the variety column, the 12, 16, 18, 14 belongs to the first variety. So for first four value, you will enter 1, 1, 1 only.
Okay.
Suppose, sir, I am not entering the data in the horizontal. I had entered like this, 12, 13, 19.
Okay.
In the variety column, you should not type 1, 1, 1. You should type 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, fine now. Because some people will make mistake there.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, fine now. So this is a way to interpret your two-way ANOVA. And I have given one more sample also, two factors like salesman and season. You can try out this. And another sample that I gave you. See, if your questionnaire is like that, you're finding the some scores of the students. And when you're finding, it's depend upon the two factor, depend upon, I want to know scores of the students, those who are male, and what is the score, those who belongs to age group of 10 to 12, 20. So there are 8 students are there. In that 8 student, you got the value. So 20 marks is the 20 is the marks got by the students who's male and who belongs to 10 to 12 age group. So when you are collecting the data, or when your questionnaire consists of this kind of a variable or factors with 2 different category or a 3 different category or a categorical variable, you can do one-way and two-way analysis. But ensure that for one-way analysis, one dependent and one independent with the categorical variable. Whereas in two-way ANOVA, both the variables should have a category. In the category, it is not that they should have same category. One variable can have 2 or 3, another variable can have 4 or 5. It is depend upon them. See here, gender, there are 2 categories, but age group 4 category. So irrespective of the order you can have, but ensure that 2 factors should have the category variable. Then only you can go ahead with the two-way ANOVA. If only one factor is having a one variable having only 2 factors, okay, or only one category variable as a categorical criteria, you can go ahead with one-way ANOVA. Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear about the one-way and two-way ANOVA?
Clear.
So that's it from my side. So I come to the end of the session, day 2. Any doubts you people can ask.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
So suppose if in my study there is one dependent variable,
Okay.
right, and 3 independent variables. So it means I have to use two-way ANOVA.
No, ma'am. That dependent variable. Do you have any category under that dependent variable?
Okay, it depends on category. No, sir, only performance. Suppose if performance is a dependent variable upon 3 factors, then, sir?
Multiple regression model.
Moderate level.
Okay. So at that time we cannot use
And
ANOVA.
similarly, the other. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. If your another independent variable has a different criteria, in that situation only you have to use. That's why when you are asking the questionnaire, suppose some questionnaire you will have, can you rate the following factors?
Yes, sir. Okay,
You will
sir.
have factor. You will list out factor on the left hand side. Okay, factor 1, factor 2, factor 3. For each factor. For each factor, a lot of disturbance. For each factor, you will be having a different categories. Factor 1, under factor 1, you want to measure with the 3 different categories like performance under factor 1. It may be depend upon the people with less 5 years experience. Second value, people with 10 to 15 years experience.
Okay, sir.
If you have that kind of data variables with you,
okay, sir.
The two
Then ANOVA
that's
can
why I
be
had shown this. Yeah.
Excuse me,
if you
sir.
are, suppose sometimes you may. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
So continue.
thank you.
Sir. I'll ask another.
Okay, no
now,
problem.
sir, in one-way ANOVA, only
Yes, ma'am.
independent variable should be having category or dependent value?
No, independent, ma'am.
Only
Because
independent, na?
only any independent, because we are going to measure the dependent variable, that is outcome.
We cannot have
Outcome
dependent.
Outcome will be only one, no, ma'am. How we can say that outcome can be many things? Only one outcome we want to measure. For that outcome only, what are the different independent variables are influencing?
Outcome without category. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, one request, sir. Sir, can you please do the multiple regression, sir, given in the status PPT example? Because, sir, I did, but I didn't get exactly, sir. Please, sir.
Just a minute, sir. Which
Study, sir, there is an example, sir.
just a minute, sir. Which, okay, sir. Okay, wait, sir. Which data set, sir, in multiple regression analysis?
In the last page of PPT, sir, there was a question, sir. So I tried to do that, sir, but I didn't
Yes,
get
sir.
exactly, sir.
No, first I will tell you. You enter the value called accessibility, right?
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. I will share the screen, sir. Wait.
Okay, sir.
So this is the data set you are talking, right?
No, sir. No, sir. This is not, sir. It was given in the PPT, sir. Last page.
In the
last page of the
PPT, yeah. In the last page of the PPT, I given the variables. For that variable, I given the data set. How many people said highly satisfied? 1 and all highly satisfied. 2 is satisfied. 3 is moderate. 4 is dissatisfied. 5 is highly dissatisfied.
Actually, sir, it was based on countries, sir. It was based on some. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but
okay, wait, sir. Wait, I'll tell you, sir, because from your side, it's a lot of disturbance for me. See, sir, the country. Show the PPT. Wait. Here, see, sir. Sir, here in this case, you have to enter the data directly. You can take it as a literacy rate as a dependent variable, and whatever the variables that you have entered, newspaper, radio, TV set, you should select all these variables and the independent column. Then you can do directly. What is the difficulty in that? I will stop sharing and I will show the SPSS window because you may get confused. Yes. Sir, now you see, sir, variable view. Okay. Date. Let's see. Next one is newspaper, right? Newspaper, and TV and radio. Sir, all this should be a scale only, sir, because we are not going to nominate anything.
What about country, sir? What about country name?
Sir?
Country name, sir?
Country, you know, we are not going to measure anything with the country name.
Okay, sir.
Country name, we can use it for interpretation. Which country is having a high literacy rate? For which country literacy rate is depend on highly impact on newspaper. You can interpret for that, but that thing, that alphabets, we cannot do anything with the SPSS.
Okay, sir.
Fine, fine. So after entering this data, you can see literacy, right? Literacy, news, and then TV, radio. Now you can enter all this data here and go to the analyze, regression, linear, take what is the literacy rate as a dependent variable, and news, TV, radio as an independent variable, and give OK. You will get the regression out. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, participants, we have come to the end of the second day. So I hope you learned, okay, how to do with one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. Okay. So if you have any other doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, we can conclude the session.
Sir, how can we erase the already typed one, sir? Already typed data is also there. I don't know how we could. Already typed data. No, for the last, I mean, multiple regression analysis, you've done some, or even today, for today's class also, you did, you typed for the yield, and then we went to the next problem. So everything is there on the same sheet. Is
Yes,
it
ma'am,
okay?
you can do it on the same.
Oh, it doesn't give any problem for us.
No, no. Yesterday you was not there, ma'am.
I was there, but I couldn't remember. That's why I'm asking.
Okay, because yesterday I told you that if you are typing 100 variables, 200 variables, you can type in a single
Yeah, you
SPSS sheet.
mentioned. Yes, you could.
Yeah, no issue.
Thank you.
But when you are doing analysis, you should take care that which variable you are going to take.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir,
fine.
the problem you given, I haven't received on my mail. Should I, should I find out from Bala, sir? I haven't
Yes, ma'am. You can contact Bala, sir. Bala, sir will send you the mail because I had sent all the data sets for all the 5 days.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So any other doubts?
Thank you so much, sir, for your dedication. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
9:30 it's going to be. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your patient listening, and you people are spending a time till 9:30 in learning. So thank you. Thank you so much.
You are spending that much time, sir. We have to.
No problem, ma'am.
Thank you.
Meena ma'am, regarding our question, I will ask Sir to send a voice record by tomorrow because it is already, high time little bit. Sir, she's asking difference between regression and ANOVA that you can send a voice message in the group, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Fine. So thanks for all the participants who attended the program today. And I thank our Somu sir for his dedication and extended time for explaining the things for us. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you all participants. We will meet you tomorrow.